Good day, everybody. My name is Amanda Ace, and I want to welcome every one of you to the business launch of Louise Davies. It is Tuesday, the 17th, and I'm so excited to have everybody here. I'm going to start by asking Louise just to tell us how she got involved with LifeWave, why she's here, why she's excited, and why she wants to tell other people about LifeWave. So, Louise, you can just unmute and please tell us your story.
Sure. So I've been using the patches since the beginning of August. So that's just four and a half months. And with the X39, and I've also now been using the Aeon. So the reason I got into it is I actually got an invite from Kim Knight to do her Zoom business launch. And then from there, I got in Lissy, who's a very dear, not old as in old, but she's a long. We've got a lot of history. Lissy also started encouraging me, and it was around the time that I was leaving Durban, Mshlonga, to move to the Midlands to Nottingham Road, and so I started wearing the X39. Because now I had the stress of all of that. Plus, I started a new full-time job 3 days after getting there. And I was moving my daughter, who is autistic, she's 20, from a school in Durban where she'd been for 16 years to a school in Howick, a home. And I can honestly say, if it wasn't for that X39, I think I would have lost the plot. You can ask Lissy. I mean, she had me on the phone couple of times in tears because I had a real cow of a boss. Oh, I hope I mustn't be careful, okay, because this is being recorded. Okay, so it was a very stressful time. And that I'm guaranteed that saw me through. Then there were a couple of times where most of the people in the office were sick, and I was sharing a desk with another lady. She got sick twice, had got flu in those 3 months. I was 100% fine, which I was surprised at, but I can only put it down to the X39. Then I started wearing the Aeon full time for the last, I spoke to you, Amanda, I was doing it 2 or 3 times a week, and now I'm pairing it with the X39 daily. And I have been bladder infection free. I haven't had a bladder infection, and I get them every 3 months. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a biggie for me. I've tried putting them on my daughter, but she kind of I've tried to make it a game, as Lissy suggested, but then she does this and wants me to pull it off. So I show her I've got one. But the one thing I did do for her, she got all snotty on one particular day. And I know she's never been on antibiotics. Well, if she has one in her 20 years. And I put the Aeon on her for 2 days. It's not gone. So I'm trying to slowly get her comfortable with the fact that I'm wearing one, and that, look, mommy's got this and you can also. So that's one of my goals with her. So for me, it's been a very personal experience. I've listened to a lot of the testimonials, which are amazing. So I haven't yet been able to recommend it to friends who I know need it, because for the last 3 months, as I say, I've been working full time, but now I've resigned. So I have time to focus on LifeWave. Yeah.
Oh, that is a lovely, lovely testimony. That is life-changing. What I hear about your bladder infection, if you don't have that, because that can make you feel so sick and you don't want to do anything, and changing your daughter's life in time to come, it's going to be an exciting journey. And I'm proud of you for, seeing it, that she really needs it, and working to get there. And that is so awesome. There are different options. We can always work on that and change things. Like my mom, has got Alzheimer's, and for her, wearing the X39 at night, during the day, didn't work, because that woke her up at night, and during the day she was sleeping. And we changed that around with her having the X39 now. At night she sleeps great, and during the day she's now awake and more alive, and so on. So we can always change the things around for your own body, because we are not robots. everybody's bodies are different and reacts differently to different things. And it's so nice that we can work around and talk to other people on the group and hear what's worked for them and get ideas from other people. So it's really awesome hearing your story again. And thank you for sharing that and wanting to help other people as well to get the same results that you are getting. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to tell my story now, and then I'll do the presentation about the products. And then Alex, with the beautiful hair, is going to do the business presentation for us. And why I'm saying that is because there's a story behind that hair. And she's going to do the business presentation. And Alex, if it's okay with you, I think you can just tell your story then, if that's okay with you. Okay, awesome. So let me start sharing. And you just need to be a little bit patient with me because it takes a while just to set up everything. So this is one thing about this business. You learn a lot of skills in the process. Okay, so I've got that. And do the slideshow and from the beginning. And there we go. Oopsie. Back. Let's go.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light that can promote a general state of health and healthy activity unique to each LifeWave patch. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared energy emitted from the body is reflected back into the body and then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy. LifeWave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative energy and enhances your ability to live well without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals. To find out more, contact your distributor. LifeWave. Live long, live well.
Awesome. Great. So the question that we usually ask when we start is, have you been patched yet? So I know there's a few people here that's already been patched for quite a while. Some people have just started and some people have got no idea what this is about. So just hang on to your seat because you're going to be blown away by what you're going to hear today. So I just want to, at the beginning, make a disclaimer and make sure everybody understands that LifeWave is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition, just to make sure that everybody's on the same track here. But let's start talking about David Schmidt. He is the CEO and inventor of LifeWave. He's got more than over 180 patents already. He's a scientist and inventor. He's not a medical doctor, but he specializes in age reversing. And in 2008, David started focusing his attention on stem cell research. And the recent patent that we are going to talk about, the X39, took 10 years and 4.5 million to bring to market. A patent, which is very interesting, you cannot just take out a patent and say, I'm going to patent something. You have to prove every single thing that's said in that patent. So these are just a few of the things that's saying that is in the patent. It's going to elevate the copper peptides in your body, activate stem cells, improvements of energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing. A lot of words, but every single thing that's there had to be proven by studies. So this is amazing. So this patent, which is wonderful, a patent is for 20 years, and we still have 16 years left of the current patent. So you'll understand now why that is so important. So there are many different patches. It started 20 years ago, and David kept on adding new patches as he was doing his invention and his research. But tonight we're going to speak about X39 because that's a flagship of LifeWave. And 80%, at least 80% of all sales are the X39. So this is the one that we're going to speak about, and this is the most important. It's like laying the foundation is starting with the X39. So why are stem cells important to us? So when I started, all I knew about stem cells was some people with strange, difficult diseases or problems, they went overseas. It cost them thousands and 10,000, 100,000 of rands, go overseas. It had something to do with stem cells that they took from babies, and that's all I knew about stem cells. I didn't know what it did. But how stem cells work is your whole body is full of stem cells. That's the basic cells of your body. And a stem cell can regenerate itself. A stem cell just lies in your body dormant, basically, waiting for something to happen. And if you cut your finger, it goes to that finger, it becomes a new skin cell. Or if you've got a liver problem or a bladder problem, it goes to your bladder and it becomes a new bladder cell. Okay, so that's how amazing stem cells are. It can renew itself and it can become other cells. So that's so awesome. And it's needed for the maintenance of tissue and repair of the injury. So this is why stem cells are so amazing. So why are we talking about the X39 stem cell activation patch? How stem cells work, as amazing as it is, the problem is by the age of 30, only half of your stem cells are still active. And by the age of 60, you've lost almost all your stem cell activity. And that is why people just become older and more tired, and things don't heal so nicely. When you hit the big 60, you know, then suddenly you don't feel so good, you don't look so good. And this is what X39 is going to start changing now. So how X39 works, it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. Now that's big words, but what it means is it's like light, sunlight. You go out in the sunlight, and we all know vitamin D starts somehow. Something happens in your body and you get more vitamin D. Or when a baby gets jaundice, they put them under lights and suddenly something happens, something good happens. Or when you have a sore shoulder, they would put you under red lights, and that red light will start healing the shoulder. So the muscles. That is what light therapy is, and this is what X39 is. It works with nanocrystals. We don't have to understand how it works. That's why David Schmidt got the patent, because he's the clever guy who figured it out how to make this work. But it uses the infrared light of your body, of a living body, and it reflects back to the skin, and that way it activates copper peptides in your body, which will then ensure that stem cells gets activated, collagen gets activated. So what's great, it's non-transdermal, so nothing goes into your body. Everybody wants to know what's in the patch that goes into your body. Nothing goes into your body. For me, the way I made it, and I made myself understand, it's almost like a little mirror, that if it reflects to your skin, and suddenly this magic starts happening. So there's no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants that goes into your body. It's non-invasive. If you really want to get other people's stem cells, you're going to get injections and transfusions and stuff like that. With this fantastic patch, nothing hurts. It's so awesome. You just put the patch on your back. Anybody can do it. It's really fantastic. So these are some of the benefits. Oh, and I didn't tell my story. Let me tell my story quickly. Sorry, I forgot that. So I'm just going to use this now to tell my story. So what happened with me, I knew nothing about patches. Sorry, okay. I knew nothing about this. I looked at it. I thought, this is a lot of nonsense. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to do this. And sorry, I'm going to mute that. And I was not convinced about anything. Even though I saw great results happening, I thought, this is nonsense. And then what happened with me in March, I got COVID. I got very sick, and I couldn't get out of bed for 4 weeks, even though I used a lot of medication. And I said to my husband at one stage, let's just go and walk a little bit just so that I can get out of the house. I walked for 150 meters and my heart wanted to jump out of my chest. It was a very scary place to be, because I was working for myself, have to earn an income. You can't even get out of bed. You can't walk 150 meters. My sister was very, very worried about me. She gave me some patches. I put the patch literally on the back of my neck, fell asleep for 2 hours, woke up, and nothing was wrong with me. I was healed. It's a scary thing to say, but I was healed. But of course, I didn't believe it because that doesn't make sense. And I kept on walking slow, doing everything slow, putting on makeup because previously, if I put on makeup, I was out of breath. And suddenly there was nothing wrong with me. And 2 days later, I thought, let me check if I can go further than 150 meters. I walked, we live on a farm that's got like mountains, and I walked for 1.5 kilos without a problem. 4 days later, there was, I looked on my watch and I'd already walked 9,000 steps. So I had one of these, what we call one patch wonder results. But look at these things that's on this list: increased strength, reduced inflammation, stamina, energy, vitality, mental clarity, restored muscle and skeletal conditions, improvement of sleep, which is something I can really attest to, improved skin appearance. And this is what happens when you start using this amazing patch. Things start happening that's not supposed to happen, but it happens. You know, that thing that they say, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. I totally believe in that, except with LifeWave. It's too good to be true and really happens. So it's amazing. So let's see, what is the long-term effects and the things that you can expect. Now, this is what you can see. There's studies. Look at this website. This is at info.com. We'll show it later on again. But you can go and have a look at the case studies. And this is what's proven in the case studies. Within the first few days, more than 4,000 genes begin to reset. I think they said a third of your genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain will become balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And collagen is not just for fine lines and wrinkles and a nice skin and hair and nails. It's everything in your body needs collagen. It's like the glue that keeps everything together. And within 6 months, the clinical studies show that your heart reverses in age up to 8 years. Guys, if you've got if you have got health problems, especially with your heart, this is something that you really want to have a look at. So what we're saying, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And we'll explain it now. So this is one of the studies where with one of the people, a participant of 77 years old, and you can see when she came in with a study, this is a topography map. When she came in for the study, this is how her brain looked: red and inflamed and orange and yellow, and that is signs of the inflammation. She had a lack of brain coherence, and they did the picture, the topography map, and then they put the X39 on her back. That's all that changed. On the neck, that's all that changed. And after 3 weeks, they did this again. You can see the huge change in her brain there. She had improved brain coherence, and you can see it's in session 3, after 6 weeks, she had a complete turnaround, better brain coherence, and her brain remained calm after wearing the patch for only 6 weeks. And yeah, it's an awesome, look at these pictures, and it's proven. Look what happens after people get X39 in their body. Look at the inflammation changes that happen. It's just amazing. And this is, I always just smile for this because, you know, a lot of people struggle with hair loss, and here you can actually see what happens: gray hair becoming black again, hair growth. And this is just some of the results that we get. And we know it works as well because, you know, look at Michael Phelps, seen May, David Beckham. Can't see the other name because my picture, there's other pictures over that. But these are people that we know, people at the Olympics, people using these products, getting great results. Now, how do you wear these patches? You're going to wear your patch for 12 hours on and 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. Then you throw your patch away, or what a lot of people do is you take that patch and you patch it on somebody else. For me, it feels like throwing away good food. So I just patch it on my husband, and we patch it on animals. It's amazing what still happens afterwards. Anything you get after 12 hours is a bonus. You can't, it's a bonus, but you can still use it like that. So then you put on a new patch and you repeat. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off. It's very important. Try and do that. Stick to what works. And 12 hours on, 12 hours off is what works. You can wear more than one patch at a time. No use wearing more than one X39. But as Louise was explaining about the Eon, we've got IceWave for pain. There's lots of different patches. So you can wear more than one. And important to drink plenty of water, have your electrolytes, because you know what, if you spend money on patches, do whatever you can to make sure it's going to work in the best way possible. David Schmidt suggests this, and that they say that more than 90% of problems that people struggle with is usually because of dehydration as well. So just drink your water, your electrolytes, and you're going to get great results. So David Schmidt advises us to use the patches for a minimum of 90 days for optimum results. So I've been getting lots and lots of one patch wonder results. But guys, we need to understand that this is not the story of LifeWave. This is not like drinking a Panado. This is making an investment in your health. And the longer you use it, the more things we see happening. Alex will tell her story a little bit later on. But it's a mindset we have to understand. I always say to people, it's like if you are diagnosed with diabetes, you're not going to go to the doctor and he says you have to start using insulin. And you're not going to say, okay, I'll give it a chance for 5 days, but then, I'll see if it works for 5 days. That's not what you're going to do. You're going to do what's necessary for your body. And what's necessary here is to do a minimum of 90 days. And David Schmidt advises then for another month, for at least a month, for every decade of your age. Okay, and here again, we just speak about the dehydration. Make sure that you drink enough water. So just take a picture of this, write this down. This is the website that's going to give you huge amounts of information. If you want to know how it works, why it works, what do other people say, what does the medical community say, what is the research saying, this is where you will find the information on. This is it, info.com, and loads of information on there. So X39 is so simple, but it is very so sophisticated, but very simple to explain and to use. A child can take off the backing and put it on the neck, and anybody can use it. It's safe for everybody to use. So the testimonies of X39, we started hearing about Louise's testimony, mine. It's life-changing and very emotional. I've cried a lot in the last few months since I got involved with it, because it's the most amazing feeling to be able to patch somebody and you see results and people's life-changing, like Louise was saying with her bladder. My sister as well, that was one of her first results, was not having to get up every night 3-4 times a night. And, it's life-changing, because that means that you can sleep better. If you can sleep better, your life is better, your relationships are better. So these are really life-changing changes. And so let me go back, and I'm going to stop the sharing, and I'm going to give people the opportunity, just unmute, and please share with us what your experience have been, because for the new people here, maybe they think, maybe Louise tells the truth, maybe Amanda tells the truth, but maybe not. So let's hear from other people, and let's just hear what your experiences have been. Thank you. Anybody can just unmute and start sharing.
Can I just give a quick one, Amanda?
Yes, please.
As you know, I haven't had dramatic results because I am healthy, have a healthy body, but I'm a blood donor, and today I went to donate platelets. Now, every time I donate platelet and they take my blood pressure, it always sits at about 140, 145 over 70, 80 or whatever, which is quite high, but they've never felt it's enough to go to the doctor or have medication. And my mother used to be on chronic medication for high blood pressure. And last week, we've got a blood pressure machine at home, and I took my blood pressure, and it was 121 over 70. And I thought, oh, okay, interesting. Wow. Maybe the machine's not working. Today, when they took at the blood bank, it was 122 over 82. And I thought, sure, that is so good. Wow. And then suddenly realized it's the X39 has just brought my blood pressure right down without me even thinking about it or being aware of it. So, and I mean, I'm 66, and it's so nice to see a blood pressure of 122 as your top figure.
Perfect. So,
yeah. So that's just a quick little one that I wasn't even aware of and noticed today.
Thank you. And please, you didn't have almost no results. You've got great results with your migraine, and I mean, you've had great results.
I know, but not wowies, but
it's wowie.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Wow.
I'm happy.
Thank you for sharing. Awesome. Thank you.
Amanda, I will share something, but before I do, can I just say something I learned about patents recently? At the conference in Johannesburg, they were talking about them, and you know why? For only 10 patches are there over 180 patents. And the guy told a story about creepy crawly, which was a South African invention about 50 years ago, I think. And it was started by 2 guys. And basically, the one shafted the other one and started Barracuda sometime later. And they actually had a patent but it was very general. And David Schmidt covers every single aspect of the patches so that nobody can do that to him. I mean, he has been shafted in other ways during his life, I think, from what I've gathered. But yeah, that was something he did.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful context. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, so I've had so many different changes, and I mean, I consider myself pretty healthy, but I've been using the patch for almost a year. And so I always like to talk about the latest one because there's always a latest one. And it's over a year ago that I started having a problem in this eye. And what the ophthalmologist said to me is that the gel has thickened. And it felt a bit weepy at times, but I had the strangest thing. I would look for something, not be able to see it, and then 30 seconds later, I'd see it was right in front of me. And that's happened over and over and over again. And I've just noticed in the last couple of weeks that it's not happening anymore.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is fantastic. And the value of that is the message of subtlety.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we notice the big stuff.
Yes.
We notice if our hair goes green. Okay. But we don't notice little things. Because and then only afterwards do you realize they're no longer there. So it's quite important, I think, to make people look for subtlety.
Yeah.
Because it's not always a sound and light show.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like.
I didn't realize straight away. When I noticed it, I realized it had been happening for a while.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm going to tell a story quickly because you talk about saying the latest thing. So yesterday I had an event where my battery went flat and my car window was down and there was a massive storm. In Howick, I could see this big black electric storm like heading straight for my car, and I couldn't get my window up because I had no battery. So I went into a coffee shop to ask a person if she could please give me a black plastic bag. She did behave like I'd asked her for a kidney, but in any case, she did give me the black plastic bag, which I then tried to close into my car window so that my car wouldn't get drenched. And in that, I slammed my finger in my door. So the logistic notice of that was that I went back to her and said, I know you think I'm high maintenance, but now I'm bleeding all over your coffee shop floor. And could you please give me some ice and a serviette? Anyhow, my finger, which none of you, I'm sure, can see. I don't know if you can see this faint blue line across here. And if you look at that side of it, you'll see small discoloration over there. I took the X39 off my neck, put it on my finger. I was home within the guys from Battery Center, by the way, Louise, from Battery Center in Howick were extraordinary. I got a brand new battery and got home and put glutathione on the other side and strapped it. It's not even sore. It's not sore to the touch. It's not sore. It didn't throb. And I had slammed my finger in the door. So that's my one patch wonder, honey.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
And I am turning my finger this way, not this way. So.
Thank you for doing that or not doing that, Alex. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome.
And then very briefly, my old story, which a lot of you do know, but maybe some people are new on this call and don't know, is that it took me 10 months to get a response to an inflammatory illness. 10 months of patching, on an X39. If I had stopped any time before that, I wouldn't be on this call telling you that I was pain-free, and I am pain-free. So that's the other side of the scale of X39, is that the answer to every question that is asked on every group, 99% of the time, is X39. And it's just a question of how long and using it properly. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off, water and electrolytes. Yes, Trish?
That 10 months that it took, did you have any pain relief at all? Or did it just suddenly go away after
No,
10
no, 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 no,
months?
I did. So some days were great. Other days were
Okay.
absolutely hideous. Other days I was exhausted and significant joint and muscle pain. So that was all also the process of healing, which I didn't know then. So it was annoying because I was paying a lot of money to feel lousy. And I only continued because intellectually I understood what stem cells did. So I just hung in. Okay.
Thank you.
And so on some, because healing is exhausting, it uses all sorts of body mechanisms in order to do that. It's tiring. Okay. So if you think anybody post-operatively, it's tiring if you're healing, and discomfort. Healing is uncomfortable. So it's not disease management or symptom control. And in between, the little subtle ones I got was all my hair came back after 90% of it having fallen out. From my stress level, I got my leaky gut got repaired because of the collagen. I've lost all the fine lines on my face. And my latest little thing is that my bleph. Okay, so you go into hospital and you have a bleph so that they can lift your eyes so that you can open them when you get older. And so they all look like takeaways for a few days. And my eyelashes no longer leave little black dots along my eyes because this is all lifted. So those are my subtle changes.
Huge, huge subtle changes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's give one extra person a chance to share. Who would like to share another story?
If
I'm
there's
just going to
nobody,
sit
can
here and
I ask
wait.
Hayley to please share about the skeptics in her family
Please.
and what's happening with her dog?
Okay, I was introduced to LifeWave by Alex in February of this year. I was extremely skeptical, but I was in a lot of pain. I've had knee problems. I've had back problems. I've got scoliosis. And other than that, I had other issues. I've got high blood pressure, cholesterol. I had hemorrhoids. And with everything, the first things that happened was my sleep improved hugely. Then my skin, that was the first things I saw that improved drastically. But with my patches of the X39 and the Aeon, I would put it on my dog, the Balance. He's battled with eczema for 6 years, and he has actually cleared up beautifully. And we tried changing food, we tried changing everything. So I'm hoping that this has actually solved his problem. My knee is a big issue. I was told that I was bone on bone and I'm going to be having a knee replacement. I don't think I'll be having a knee replacement because my knee is not bothering me. I do have days where I am a little bit sore. My back is still a little sore, but after 11 months, I think I'm turning the corner. I'm waking up where I'm having pain-free days completely. There are days that I still do have pain. I'm not going to get past that, but it is nothing like it was when I started. So I'm no longer skeptical about this product, and I'm seeing the rewards of everything. My kids, my family all believe this is just a nonsense. It's too good to be true. But I can see the evidence in myself, what's happening. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to continuing and to see myself pain-free.
Thanks, Hayley.
Thanks, Hayley. It gives such a lot of hope because there's such a lot of people with problems, especially with back pain. And, personally, I'm grateful for your testimony today. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, let's go over to Alex, and I'm just going to start the sharing again and ask Alex let's just get to the next screen. Right, Alex, please continue.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Right, everybody. So what's most important? Look at all the things that are listed here. Your family, time freedom, security, and frankly, in South Africa, that means have you got the money to put in the solar panels and the JoJo tanks and the stuff around your perimeter? But general financial security, travel. There isn't a place on earth that I don't want to go to. If somebody offered me a trip to Botplaas, I'd probably say yes, just because I love to travel. Better health, less debt. We all have our own story. And nobody's story is any more important than the other. But think about what yours is. Think about what would make a change for you. Okay. So, LifeWave, 20-year-old company. That's seriously significant, guys. It's stable, it's well established, and it's well run. And it has incredible vision. And have they had crises along the time? Of course they have. No business is crisis free. However, they still here, still doing what they said they would do. And it was a $20 million company for a long time as it jogged along with all the other patches until the introduction of X39 in 2018, towards the end of 2018. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but now 20 million, 20 million, 20 million, 20 million, and then suddenly the numbers started to climb. And this year they believe that we're going to close on at least 600 million. If there was no truth or viability or integrity in what we did, that would not be possible. So we're in over 75 countries. I think it's 80 at the moment. And it's not a Me Too product. Exactly what Amanda was speaking about. We have a patent. We have 16 years of that patent still left, and it is absolutely unique. From a business point of view, there is no competition. You couldn't be in a better position. So LifeWave now ranked as the one momentum company in businessforhome.com. So it's an organization that measures progress. But I want you to look at the bottom, which says 3,000% growth, 2018 to 2024. So anybody who has a vaguely commercial background will understand that if there hadn't been the right planning and the right insight and the right financial commitment, and I could go on and on and on and on and on, we would have had supply chain problems. Okay, if somebody's vision hadn't been adequate to accommodate this, we would have run out of patches somewhere along the line. There would have been back orders or slow to deliver. We've never, ever had a problem. And a 3,000% growth, that's unheard of. Okay, I'd love to sit around a table with a group of economists and find out how that works out. Okay. So now you're interested. So what are your options? You can become a customer, so a full retail customer. So you can buy directly from the site of the person that introduced you to LifeWave, and you can get it like going to Clicks or Dis-Chem. You can get it directly yourself delivered to your door. A preferred customer, and preferred customers are people who simply need to tick a box that says they'll get it next month. And in order to do that, it takes $50 off the price. Okay, so it's really worthwhile money. And then a brand partner, and the value of being a brand partner is that you get it wholesale like a preferred customer. Okay. But there are also discounts and volume things and special offers and a business opportunity. A business opportunity. So enrollment packs. There are 3 different kinds: core, advanced, and premium. You can all read. So core would give you 6 credits, which would give you 3 packs of X39. I'm not going to go into the details of this. It really does depend on how many people you have to patch and what you want to patch them for. And the person that brought you to this meeting can help you understand that. And if they can't, they can approach their upline, because sometimes it's working with the permutations of things that makes it more applicable to people. So there's the 295, then there's the advanced, which is more patches, so 12 credits, which would get you 6 packs of X39, or then for people who I would suggest are clinically involved, like pharmacists or chiropractors or doctors, or people who intend to dispense patches can come in at the premium, because that's where you're going to get the best value for money. So, how do you earn a living? Well, you earn a living by people who shop online, because you will benefit from the people who buy from you from retail. You earn a living from introducing people to the business. And by the way, this is not about selling. I just want to say this right. This is about sharing. Because, and that sounds like a cliche, okay? But it's an actual fact. Because it sells itself if you just give people the information. And people are not always ready to hear it. Everybody on this call will have heard something that they only respond to the 20th time they've heard it. In my lifetime, I've been hearing some stuff for 60 years and have finally got the message. So you get an introductory bonus when you introduce new members. We get cycle bonuses where you earn from your whole organization. We get matching bonuses when you help your team succeed. And then there are various member incentives, which are trips away and rewards and stuff like that. So the compensation plan is incredibly easy. And it's about knowing 4 people to help you go manager. So we work on a binary system. And if you find 2 people to put on one side and 2 people to put on another side, you can start earning up to 25,000 USD a week. Okay, so that sounds like a real stupid number. And if you convert it to South African Rand, you're going to find a whole lot of friends and relatives who know where to find you. It's a lot of money. And then matching bonuses, that's an unlimited income potential, because from helping the people, and that's what we do, we all work together. Okay. You earn for 3 levels down on other people's volume. So 25%, then 20%, then 20%. So think about that. If somebody earns $1,000, you get $250,000. You get $250 of that. Not of their money, but of the company's money. Lots of people make a lot of their money on matching bonuses. So these 2 websites, Amanda's told you about, this is at info.com. This is at team.com, which is on the right-hand side. It's an extraordinary resource. If you were buying a franchise, you would be getting a franchise model, a franchise module. This is what This Is a Team is about. Absolutely everything is on there. So it's an easy resource. You don't have to find somebody to talk to. If you're awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can look at that. Okay, this is a team, growth sales volume. You can see there that the green one was the company, and the blue one was This Is a Team, and that was 2023. I can't wait to see what they say about 2024, because this thing is growing on this team. Yeah, like somebody is detonated with plutonium. At the bottom, you can see Merlin Des, she's an SPD in South Africa, and on either side of them, on the right-hand side is David Schmidt, the brains behind the business, and frankly, he is the most extraordinary man. I can't imagine what his breakfast conversation is about, but he must be intriguing to be married to, because I don't think that brain ever stops. And on the left-hand side is Meredith, who takes care of the business side of the business. So David Schmidt says you have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. And people heal for different reasons: physically, emotionally, financially. And it is truly, if you watch anything that he says or anything that he speaks, that is what he gets up in the morning for. It really is incredible to see somebody so committed. So the time is now to make your move. Are you serious about your dream? And by the way, if you don't know what it is, you can't make it happen. So apply some thought to that. Even if the only thought that you apply is, how much would I like to have a week? And write that down on a piece of paper. If you only do one thing, there is hope for your future, and whether that is health or financially. And all you have to do is get started with X39 and then allow other people to have access to that information, because it will make a change in their life, just like it's going to make in yours. So go back to the person who shared with this opportunity with you, and let them help you to take you in the direction that you need to go.
Thank you so much, Alex. It was lovely and wonderful. I appreciate you. And I just want to add something that really touched my heart this week, or that I realized, in that first slide, it says, why are you here? Is it for security or for less debt, or, your dreams? And I was thinking, it sounds like me. And we talk about the business opportunity, and some people would say, oh, don't talk about the business opportunity. We want to help people, don't talk about business. But you know what? For some people, and I think almost everybody that's here, we have a big, deep need to help other people. So we need the business to be able to do that. You need, like Alex was saying, if you've got it's a business model. You can't help people with these patches if you don't belong to the business, because how are you going to help them? And I was just thinking, we tend to think business means me, money, I want to go on trips. But sometimes it means I want to really deep in my heart be able to help other people. And maybe that is what your need is. And LifeWave will give you that opportunity to do that as well. So I want to say thank you to everybody. Louise, maybe you want to thank your guests as well. And then once you've done that, I can stop the recording, and then we can just, if anybody's got any questions, we can just continue then after the recording.
Super. Thanks, Alex and Amanda. Both of you was very interesting. I'd like to have coffee with you sometime, Alex.
Sure.
Cool.
Down the road.
Yeah, that's my point. And I know Chris, I don't know if there's anyone else that I can't see, but Chris Lowe, thank you for joining. And obviously Lissy, and I'm sorry Kim couldn't be with us. But yeah, I look forward to just getting more information and really getting into this. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you for this opportunity to have everybody here and just to share our love. And thank you for everybody who were willing to share testimony, because you don't know when that's going to change. Your testimony is going to change somebody else's life. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you, everybody.